Shows in history. Waiting for the other half to show up. Oh, for some reason I didn't. Can you? Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. Oh, well, that's too loud. Oops. Okay. Have you been enjoying my alpha male Betamax videos? Well, what I did is I just did a bunch of them in a row and then just dumped them. All right. I did it that way because YouTube, you can watch them anytime you want. So why make people wait? Wait, I don't like this tripod I'm using. Whoops. You might want to dip out and dip back in. You're robotic again.
Again?
Yeah, there's something going on over at your place. I'd lecture you some more, but you disappeared. Enjoying the movie videos. Good. That's why I'm doing them. And there's always more to do. I just got some very bad news yesterday. My favorite player is so broke that the guy can't even fix it. So now I'm using a Scrud player that's
How's
mm,
that?
yep, you're back to business.
Cool. I gotta pull up the songs, and I don't know what the singles are. Ugh, I hate my iPad, dude. I don't know why they made me get one of these. I just hate it. That'd be so obtuse.
Obtuse?
I think when I graduate, I think this iPad's going in the dump.
What do you mean? Might as well sell it.
I'm gonna sell it.
Make $1 million.
That's the dream.
Call of Duty. Yeah, that's there's no better music to listen to than Pet Shop Boys bilingual when you're playing Call of Duty. You are talking to a Call of Duty expert, and I'm telling you, put this record on. It almost syncs up like Wizard of Oz and Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon.
You're a Call of Duty guy now?
I'd like to play through the story missions.
You're a duty.
I do like shooting guys in the head.
I've been very relaxed. I've been playing Minecraft, working on essays constantly. Dude, do you know I got 4 due by May 1st?
Are you kidding?
4. That's like 4 more than I wanna do.
Can you believe all of this is going on while Lauren's away?
Who's Lauren?
Some chick.
Cool.
I can't remember. There was this vapid TV show. I think it was MTV.
Mhm.
Was it like Orange County or
I don't know, what are you
Ma-
asking me?
Malibu or whatever? But it just showed these empty-headed idiots. Spencer Pratt was on there, I think. And anyway, the one dumb chick, one girl's reading the newspaper about how they've discovered some kind of collider and they built a machine and they're going to see how the universe was built. And this chick's listening to this story. And then she says, "Can you believe all this is going on while Lauren's away?" Hey,
So
Mike, how you doing?
you like to quote that? "Hey, it's Mike."
Yeah, because she's probably the dumbest person I've ever seen. With that's probably the dumbest comment I've ever heard.
Oh, okay. Some of these singles make sense, and some of these I didn't see coming.
Mike's staying up, or is it morning there? What time is it in Australia? I know it's already Sunday, right? You're enjoying Easter.
For some reason, they list them all out of order, all the singles. Um,
I want to say "C'est la vie" was the first single. Might have been
Say Avi,
yes. "C'est la vie." How do you say that?
Say Avida A.
Yeah, I think that was the first signal, or it was before. I can't remember. 4 in the
So
morning, party animal.
it says before Say Avida A, single bilingual, and a red letter day.
Adrian's asking if we can see her. I don't think so. IDC. Oh, that means I don't care? Oh,
Yeah,
how come?
I can't see you,
Is
Miss
that the
Hunt.
hip lingo?
I don't.
That's what IDC stands for?
I use good to go.
I think that's I don't know.
I don't care. I don't know.
I think the saying
Mm,
is though I don't know and I don't care.
okay, you can. Oh, they mean like see your comments?
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
that's what
yeah. She's
we can see
enjoying
your. Hi. Why'd you
I'm not
stop talking?
because we were talking over each other. I was trying to give you I don't want to talk over you. I'm
I
trying to
said
give
one.
you respect.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know that.
I
Anyway,
got
she is
my. I just don't think you like the over the phone thing, dude.
I really don't.
I
But
mean,
I
what am
mean,
I gonna?
better than 0, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm donating plasma, man. We're
Well,
getting rough.
who's gonna take all these Star Trek pictures?
Pictures?
Yep. We need a picture. I'm thinking about setting up a second channel for special stuff like the
You know,
Star Trek
live,
stuff.
young man.
What?
You can't go live on your new channel until you get a certain amount of followers.
Really?
Yes, we talked about
Well,
this.
shit.
The only reason we're doing it on your account is because you have enough followers.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Not
what is
sure if you
going
like him, but I saw Mark Allman live 2 days ago. Mark Allman is in Australia. Of course, I like Mark Allman. You want to hear my Mark Allman story?
Sure.
He's the lead singer of Soft Cell, which is one of the top electronic bands and one of my favorites, certainly in my whatever. I don't know where they land in there, but they've got some really great songs. They probably got 15 or 20 great songs.
Mhm.
Anyways, this was in the mid 90s. I was still living in Los Angeles. He was on tour doing solo work, and Katie and I scored front row center tickets. And then they canceled the show because not enough people bought tickets.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Tainted Love is probably their worst single.
Oh, I love Tainted Love.
I know, but they have some that are just so good.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, Adrian was saying she's enjoying the beta male. I said, why do I keep saying beta male? Because I guess that's a derogatory term. Alpha
You're right.
male, beta max. You're a soy boy.
I'd rather be a soy boy than a beta male.
Not me.
Beta means you suck.
No, that just means you take a back seat to the alpha. Soy boy, there's no hope for you. At least I
Nah,
can
man.
get after the alpha is tapped out, then I can get the chicks. Soy
I,
boy, mm-mm.
Why nowadays, I don't think it's as offensive.
Well, I don't you're not hanging around in my circles.
Yeah,
Purple Zone, my wife likes the Purple Zone. I do not. I find it kind of flat and boring. I think with the anticipation of Soft Cell and Pet Shop Boys getting together was so high, and then they kind of laid a mid-range song. By the way, how do they handle Purple Zone live without Neil?
mm,
Uh, we'll find out about that. But anyway, I sat down here with a stack of those tapes and I just cranked them 10 at a time. And I think it works much better as a video instead of live.
cool.
And I dug out this whole box over here. It's ready to go. My favorite Betamax player is dead.
I
The guy
heard
the guy can't fix it. He needs a video head and he can't find it.
lame.
So I've reached out to some people to see if they can find the head and then I'll hand it to him, but I don't have much hope.
I don't either. Getting a Betamax player up and running, they can't even get your VHS player running.
My VHS players all work.
No, but that you sent one of the fancy ones to the guy and you never got it back.
Yeah, that guy's not a good guy, I'm starting to think. He's only ever fixed one thing for me, and it lasted about 4 or 5 hours.
Right. Just like Red Letter Media, the VHS repair people.
Right, right.
Right.
But it's a real bummer. I loved that player. That's the player where the door comes out, "Ooh, ooh,"
I-
broken. And
Yep.
the only one that I have working now is one that when you start the tape, this is the picture. You can't see anything hardly, and
Great.
then after about 5 minutes, it starts doing this, and then after that, when it's warm, which I don't know what it's doing, then you get this.
You have a request in the comments.
What is it?
Can y'all
Yeah,
sing a
can y'all sing a song? Yeah, what do you like? Hot cross buns, hot cross buns,
No, I like
1
this
a
one.
penny, 2 a penny, hot
Do,
cross
do, do,
buns. They gotta be
do,
royalty free on YouTube.
do, 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 do,
I want a
do,
new
do, do.
drug, one that don't make me sick.
Do you remember when Tandy, not the dog from the TV show, do you remember when he was imagining the perfect woman and she was like, "Can you serenade me?" And he starts doing the Ghostbusters song?
Yeah, they totally,
Your bit.
ripped my bit off. Crusty buns,
Yep.
no, they're hot cross buns, and I have no idea what a hot cross bun is. That's one of the
Probably
first
hot bun.
songs you learn on the piano. Anyways, we're a minute late, so let's talk about the Pet Shop Boys bilingual, single bilingual.
Okay.
So there's a lot here, so I'm thinking we gotta like keep up a good pace.
All right.
Discoteca. What do you think of
Disco
discoteca?
kind of felt like a B-side, way too much instruments and very quiet singing. When there's real singing, it's short-lived, underbaked.
Okay, so I will tell you, I think the first song I heard off of this was Before, and I think that was the single,
Yes.
and I hated it.
Oh,
And then I got this album, and I hated it.
okay.
We're coming off yes, West End Girls is probably their best tune
True.
commercially, although I could probably name 5 others I like better, but West End Girls is always a crowd favorite. I hated this record. Hated, hated, hated because we come off Very, which is one of the best ever, and we got this.
Yeah.
I always tell you, judge slowly.
Uh-oh.
There is some good stuff on here, and I judged too quickly.
Okay.
So, Discoteca, you are wrong. This is
Okay.
a beautiful song.
It's not.
The words are beautiful and it's sung with real passion. And I bet
It's
you anything
it
this is a
sucks.
this is a coming out song. But you don't listen to the words, so you wouldn't know.
I mean, I did, it's just they were too quiet.
All right. Oh, there's great
Mhm.
instrumentation too. Did you notice the first 2 songs have the same drum beat spine thing going on?
I don't I don't put all the attention if the whole crux of the song is the instrumental bits, then I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, you like more words. Not
Like
one of my favorites. Yeah, I wouldn't put this up. This isn't going to be my number one when we get there. I could tell you that, but way better than I used to think it was. And I think Discoteca is fantastic.
agree to disagree.
Okay, that's another. That's what we're here for. They have a lot of those south of the border. Wonder what that means.
I don't know.
I'm lost on that one. So
Mm,
I'm not gonna agree with you on Discoteca, but then that song bleeds right into the next one, which is single, as in not
mhm.
married. So you got the basic tempo, drum beat throughout both songs. How do you think they did with single?
That's the second one, right? Yeah.
Right, single, bilingual,
So,
single, bilingual,
I said this one has the same vibe as the first one, probably because you said it's the same drum beat, but it
same
is way more
spine, yeah.
kind of fun and caught myself singing later. So,
What did you listen to the lyrics?
sure.
Well, I
You
mean,
gotta remember
it's kind of funny.
you gotta remember this was on my car trip.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically he's talking about mid-level executives he would meet on the planes because they fly around all over the place.
Mhm.
Then he would see these guys on the plane too, and you'd see how they all operated and stuff. So it's a little tongue in cheek, but then also I think the bilingual is now another message about coming out.
Mhm.
This is sort of the coming out record, but they're not. The next one they really hit you in the head with a hammer, but this one they're ramping up the hey. We're not going to be closeted.
Cool.
Better than
I
track
like
one. Oh, Mike doesn't agree. This is the first time Mike and I have never agreed.
that's Michael and I are agreeing
Right today, but we
today.
we always agree.
I like 2 better than 1.
Yeah, Mike too.
Yep.
So I find I like this song. I think it's funny. I like the words. And you get a little Chris Lowe in there. There's some stuff on here that's very, uh, mid, late '90s with all the samples and stuff, which was sort of a big thing. I can think of, George Michael with "You're Too Sexy," had a lot of
Mhm.
samples in it of, like, famous movie quotes or I don't know where they grabbed these samples, but there's some mixed in here too. So what do you think of "Metamorphosis"?
Ooh, that's fun because it's named after one of the classes I'm taking right now. Isn't
It's
that
ca
fun?
it's called "Metamorphosis"?
It's called Renaissance Metamorphosis. How do you
Oh.
like them apples? It's a great song title.
Okay. What did you
Uh,
think of the all the horns and upbeat? Now you get an upbeat.
I said low key like the talk singing. The background women singers are new and different. If I knew the words to this, I would have way more fun with it.
So again, he's talking about his life and how he's going through a metamorphosis.
Yep.
You getting the picture yet?
Good word.
So this is another, hey, we're not going to be closeted song.
Mhm.
So live with it. And I mean, this one's more upbeat and the horns and stuff like that and the background singers. I know what you're talking about. But this is also a harbinger for a lot of what you're going to hear on the next record.
Oh, okay.
So they obviously dug what they were doing on this song and
Went with
s-
it.
sent it over to Nightlife, which is the next record. I think you're gonna like Nightlife.
This one is
Um,
not for me, Michael.
you don't like Metamorphosis? Yeah, it's a little bit. goofy. That bop, 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 that kind of weird
I
noise.
I liked
Yeah,
it.
it's a club noise. You can hear it in a lot of
Yeah,
club music.
love clubs.
Or that was Metamorphosis, right?
Yeah, metamorphosis.
I don't know. I'm getting Metamorphosis and Electricity
Uh-oh. I think
confused. Which one had the
well,
bep, 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 bep?
I just got my notes here. That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right. Well, what did you think of Electricity?
That's the next one, you're sure?
Number four,
Yeah,
it
electric.
says.
Okay, I'm just looking. I got a list too.
Hey, Beats here.
Very woo! I said on this one, very weird vibes, not very Pet Shop Boys. Feels like it's from another planet. Too slow and too weird for me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And
Yep.
especially that. "C'est la vie d'aller," that's the way life is. It's kind of boring, right?
Yeah, it's just meh.
They went from never being boring to being boring.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, this one is just too. This feels to me like when they were doing this record, they were sort of out of ideas.
Michael doesn't like it either.
Yeah, well,
Yay!
he's right. It's not. There's no song on here I don't like, but
Mhm.
there's few that get past me paying full attention.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the most of these tracks could slip away and I never hear them again, and it would be all right,
Mhm.
but not all.
Yeah.
Uh, by the
Great
way, Beat was talking about a movie he used to watch called Lunch Wagon.
lunch wagon.
I had looked it up while we were on the air, and
Mhm.
you know how you go through eBay and you look for it, and I found one beta copy of it, right? And
Ooh.
I saw that and I go, I'm not paying that price. Forget it. Couple days later, I got a message saying, here's a special discount for you
Ooh, I like
because you looked
those.
at it. I must have been the only person that looked at it, I guess. So
Yeah. Oh,
anyway,
I love saving things on eBay because usually the person will offer you some kind of deal, even if it's just a few bucks.
so I had mailed away for Lunch Wagon.
Mhm.
Lunch Wagon arrived this morning and I popped it in and I got, oh, a good hour into it. I kept getting interrupted today. I got a lot of sales
Um.
going on.
Ooh, fancy.
So this movie's excellent so far.
Okay. What's it
It is
about?
it is a perfect 80s movie. It's just beautifully terrible. Number
See, and I
1,
know one Stein.
pardon?
That that was like an '80s movie too, and I recommended that one to you. How come you watch Beats movies but not my movies?
You said Young Einstein?
Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, because that's kind of the new stuff. Boy, I mean, you gotta put a gun to my head to watch any of that new stuff. I've been so disappointed.
It's so '80s licious though.
Not to mention, like something like that, I can't watch without the governor, and the governor is awake, 2 hours a day.
Oh, I'll make sure we watch that movie.
We're watching Man with the Golden Gun.
I heard about that.
Today will be the third time we're watching Man with a Golden Gun. We're still not finished.
Yeah, well, those movies are long too. You gotta keep that in mind.
2 hours? Whoop-de-doo. And wait, I'll give a review of the movie, but I'll just tell you, there's a couple of things that happened. Number 1, uh, talk about diversity. This is a 1982 movie. The lead
Mhm.
is black, or at least co-lead. So she's given a big part and, put up here on level with everybody else. Boom, right there, right? Number 2,
Yes.
her shirt is off within the first 5 minutes.
Your favorite.
In the next 5 minutes, the blonde has her shirt off.
Your
Then
favorite.
they get to work and both of their shirts are off because they're changing into their uniform. Okay? So this is all happening pretty quick. So that's one layer of the movie. Another
Uh-huh.
layer of the movie is this is some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard.
Okay.
Number 3, they're doing their scene and people are dropping shit and it obviously wasn't supposed to happen and they leave it in.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
the
that is your.
girls work at a gas station and these guys drive up and she says, "You need some oil." And he goes, "Oh, here, I'll do it for you. You don't have to do that for me." And the actor is going to put the oil in the engine and accidentally drops the fucking can. And he just
Uh-huh.
pretends that didn't happen. And you can hear it in the
Mhm.
background and it drops right out of camera range. And they go on like, "What's the problem?"
Yeah, like, what of it?
And then, yeah, there's a lot of missing persons. In fact, missing persons are, I would say, if they're not in the movie half of the movie, they're in there at least 30 or 35%.
Mhm.
And they play their songs too. Mental Hopscotch, um, I Like Boys. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is guess who is up on stage
Who was
with
up on
Miss
stage?
Warren Cucurullo
Woo!
before he was in Duran Duran.
That's pretty cool.
He was in uh, Missing Persons. So that's all I'm going to talk about because that movie is going to have to be reviewed in depth. So that's all I will say. Beautiful, and thank you for that suggestion.
Well, there you go.
I had no idea that movie exists. I know why it wasn't on my radar because it looks like it was made for about $5. But it is the gas station boss is just fantastic. He's got a big foul mouth and he's got a nasty attitude.
That's your favorite character.
And he's fatter than Porky from Porky's,
Lovely.
which is kind of wild. And by the way, all this is going on. They don't even get into the uh, plot of the movie until 45 minutes in, which is about a jewel thief and hiding jewels in the lunch wagon.
Mhm.
So you get all of this unnecessary but fantastic stuff before the
Mhm.
diamond plot even starts. So great stuff. But where were we? I didn't mean to get off on a tangent there. C'est la vida, yeah, not for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told you it's mid-range and boring.
I like this tempo on this one, more upbeat. The
C'est la
chorus is.
vida,
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
that was it.
Okay, well you could like
Sorry.
it. It was a single, so you're probably more in
I
touch
liked it.
than I am.
I'm hip.
All right, so what do you think of the next one? It always comes as a surprise.
Way too long, too slow, too much nothing.
You are a silly boy.
I'm not.
This is a fantastic tune. Talk about doing mellow correctly. Plus, you get that great sound in there, that any song that starts out with that, you've got a winner. But then you've got a beautiful Neil voice, you've got beautiful lyrics, beautiful chords. This is a contender for the best song on this record.
No,
Yes.
really not.
Yeah,
It's
Mike thinks
really
so too. He says the album is starting to pick up. I don't know if I could agree fully with that, but I will tell you this is a fantastic tune. And you're
news.
just not interested, huh?
Not interested.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Is it?
I would listen to it a couple more times.
I'm gonna listen to it 500 more times. I look relaxed today. Well, thank you. I
What
love
did
it.
what did you think of a red letter day? And do you have any idea what a red letter is?
I know a red letter media.
Well, I think that's where they took it from.
What's a red letter?
A red letter is a thing in the UK. You get some letter and it's always good news. I can't remember if it was like a tax rebate or a check or something, but red letter, if you got a red letter in the mail, was very good news. So they're having a good day on this one, red letter day. So I think that's how they took that saying and said red letter media, as in good media. What do you think of that, spaceman? On my end, you're frozen. So if you can still hear me, you're gonna have to reboot. You've gone to a standstill, worst I've ever seen. Love this song. Yeah, I don't know if I love it. Um, but I mean, it's better than some of the stuff on the record. I will say that, I guess. Can everybody still hear me? I think Sarah is pretending. Yeah, she's pretending she didn't freeze. We'll wait. By the way, this is a chief reason why I always do this on two screens, so you can see this stuff. Still get it eventually. Okay, so Adrian says you can hear me. Okay, well, I'll just carry on then until she dials in. There we go. She pops out. Ah, you're back.
My phone had some kind of meltdown, so
Absolutely.
I was in the middle of talking to you, and then you called me a spaceman, and then you told me I was frozen, and then it disconnected me.
Wow, it was like I was there. That was a great play-by-play.
Well, I mean, you called me a spaceman, and I was talking to you, so that's where I.
Well, yeah, I didn't hear it.
Oh, I was saying you said something about good news, and I remembered I get my placement next week, and I was getting really excited about that.
Hey, look at you.
No, I forgot that's coming up. It's gonna
So,
be
so if you get a good placement, then that will be a red letter day for you.
exactly. Well, that's what made me think of it. You were telling me good news, and I'm like, oh, I get that soon.
So Mike really likes this song. I sort of like this song. What do you think of it?
Which one is this one again?
Red Letter Day.
Yeah, we got on a tangent. This one feels very Pet Shop Boys, more what I'm used to. Really like the
Mm.
chorus, good tempo, and beautiful voice.
Yes, I can't disagree with anything you just said.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Is that a single or no?
Absolutely. And in fact, it is one of the most boring videos that have ever been created in the universe. Everybody's passing around red letters.
But it's a great song.
All right.
What's this?
Now,
Oh, somebody's asking.
what?
Somebody asked, "What's this channel about?"
This channel started as well, I mean, if you want to go back into the roots, I don't even remember the first video I uploaded. It's probably Sarah
Video.
sticking a thermometer in my dog's butt,
Yeah.
but or playing basketball. But then we took a break for a little while, and it was we were playing video games and we were reviewing content, and I don't know what else we were doing. And then that fizzled, and then we came back when we had this great idea. I acquired about 2 or 300 laser discs,
Mhm.
and we were going to watch them and review them. And we did do a couple, but then circumstances changed and it's definitely slowed down on the laser brains laser disc
Well,
from
because
what we started.
I even told you that my semester was about to start and it wouldn't be a good idea to start it, and you're like, "Nah," and then I'm never watch movies anymore.
Well, we got 5 or 6 in the can. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Our problem is the third party that insists on being part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
That narrows it down a lot. But
Yeah.
so that's what this channel is about. This channel is about it's about youth, and it's about the future, and it's about energy, and it's about positivity, and it's about making a difference in the world, and it's about putting a smile on your face, and it's about you coming away with a life lesson and an added existence value. Everything positive in the universe is what this channel is about. And this thing that happens at 1 o'clock on Saturdays is about music, the nourishment of life. And we discuss the nourishment of life. One expert, one not expert, listening for the very first time mostly. That's why this show works so well and why it's so good and why you shouldn't miss a single one and why when you're done with this today, you should roll back and watch the other ones and you will be a better person for it. Your soul will be anyway. And then whatever I come up with in my head. Great series like Alpha Male Betamax. Okay? There's probably nothing better. If you want to stare at old videotapes, this is where you want to be. You want to talk about Star Trek? That's coming very soon. If I can get some of these son of a bitches in here to take some pictures, we're going to be there.
I'm poor.
And sometimes we'll talk about TV shows that we say, hey, maybe you don't know about this show. Wake up. There's something good happening here. And here's why. And sometimes we talk about, I don't know what. So that's what's going on. You want to be a part of this channel. So don't let this moment slip away. You are here, probably divine intervention, is what I would think. You hit that subscribe button, you're going to see it all. And you can watch it at your own pace because everything here today, even will be put on film and stored on the YouTube universe. And as long as they exist, and they're cash gobblers, so they got to be around for a while, it'll be there. You like the Library of Congress? I like what's going on here because this stuff is saved just like the Library of Congress, only we don't curate. You get it all. So please help yourself. Hit the subscribe button. You'll
I
get it. Yes. Now, what was I saying?
I have no clue. Somebody called you a professional yapper.
Yes, that's exactly right. That is 100% right. I'm a professional amateur
Yep.
uh, yapper, and
Yep.
only because I just had a soda. Some days you'll see me on here and I'm a zombie.
Which is funny because I'm drinking this and I'm not nearly as energized as you.
Well, I was just out. I had to drive to El Paso and make a deal, and then you know they ate my kishkas out, and
Yeah,
then
this is.
I got another one, and I got a third guy, and I'm like,
You want to talk more about songs?
oh yeah. So the next one is Up Against It. What did you think of Up Against It?
Up against it. This one has its moments, but for the most part, I wasn't a big fan. Occasionally, those golden vocals would happen.
Yeah, for me, I don't dig this song, and this is probably a contender for worst for me on the record. And Beat, you are a trained professional and the most professional, and that's why you're so successful. This is not a successful channel, by the way.
No, we're doing great.
We're just here shouting to the clouds. I don't even think we're 1/15th of what Beat is doing over there,
Mm-mm.
but he puts in the effort.
Stop it.
So,
Sorry, she's being bad.
are you verbally scolding a rabbit?
Yes.
And does that work?
She stops whenever loud noises happen.
Oh, she like goes, sits her
Yeah.
pants,
Yes.
literally.
Yep.
Just waiting to see if she's gonna get eaten.
Probably.
What did you think of the survivors?
I actually recognize this one. I don't know from where, but I've heard it before.
Can
Uh,
somebody sing some Zayn Malik? I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. For a slower one, I didn't mind as much. Very good melody.
Although I do like suggestions of bands. I don't. Again, this is a C for me.
I don't agree.
Yeah, it's just it's not bad, but it's not
I liked it.
good. I might skip it when I'm listening. I might not. I don't have enough of an opinion on this to even care to say it. Yeah, he likes. Well, listen, we're this is a controversial album, obviously, because Mike and I, for once, are disagreeing and agreeing. Well, you didn't like. It always comes as a surprise. Right. Well, Mike and I are always in sync, 100%. Our warp core is out of alignment. What did you say about B4? I think this might have been the first single. I can't remember. Yeah. This one, this is another one that just kind of bores me. It's not offensive. It's better than Up Against It, but for me, ultimately, it's just flat for me. Yeah. You haven't said what is the could you tell me the story with your internet connection? I thought you had a good connection. Ugh, that's not good. Are you doing this on a laptop or your phone? Wonder if you could do it from a laptop. You could direct dial it right up the butthole. You're you, yeah, you're fading in and out and freezing, which is why I mentioned the what's going on with your internet connection. But is anybody else listen to B4? What do you think? Can anybody explain what's going on? No, I really can't. I mean, we got all kinds of problems around the world. I couldn't. Some people say one thing, some people say the exact opposite. I could not explain what's going on.
Back?
That won't keep me from trying, but go ahead, finish your thought on the song.
I had said everything I needed to say on it.
All right, then let's go on to Step Aside.
Okay. Yeah, ground control we lost that. Well, I mean, I've been having problems the last 2 days. Like every time I go to watch TV on my Xbox, I have to go reset the router. It's a new thing it started doing.
Can you plug a cable into it?
Not into my phone.
Can you plug it into your Xbox?
It's in a totally separate room.
And your cord's not long enough?
No.
I've got a cord long enough to go through the whole house.
Oh, well, not all of us are as privileged as you are.
Well, it's not that big of a privilege. It's just a wire, and they're kind of cheap. So
So what's the
you, I thought we were discussing to step aside, but I don't know if I got your.
one I said slightly above average or no?
Yeah, did you? Maybe
I
once
might
you
have.
once you blanked out, and I lost my train of thought. Um, okay. Well, then here's the last proper song, which is Saturday Night Forever. What did you think of that?
Saturday Night Forever. There's good piano synth noises on this one. Didn't love the notes he kept trying to hit. Made it less catchy overall. Some nice bits in the chorus.
Those are my exact thoughts as well.
Well, there you go.
So we agree on this one.
All right,
So
cool.
overall, this album proper, not the best, but there are a couple of tracks on here that make it worth remembering or paying attention to, I think. But here comes where the real crazy stuff is, and I guess we got to step it up because my phone is about to croak.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully it holds on as we finish here. So we're going up to side two on the further listening. Panny Narrow 95. What did you think of that?
Oh, I know this one. Gets stuck in
Hmm.
my head for. I know that song.
So I think it's very good. I think the added lyrics are fun. I like that Chris is singing it.
Yep.
This is a contender for the best song, and it's a reworked song from earlier days.
Yeah, I love that song.
Well, what about the next one, In the Night?
In the Night. Isn't that an instrumental?
Was it?
Um,
I don't think so.
I don't. Really?
That's Zazu. He sleeps all day.
What does it say? I thought it was an instrumental.
When the soldiers strut, all he cares about is love. And there's a
I
thin line between love and crime in any situation. A thin line between love and crime and
You done?
collaboration.
I
What'd you
said
think?
screw this.
I love In the Night. Panty Narrow and In the Night are actually contenders for the best songs on this set, and these are another. It's another reworked B-side.
Nah, meh.
All right, Truck Driver and His Mate.
The start of this one is super good, but they started losing me the more the song went on. Nice story, and that weird guitar synth noise was fun.
Yep, but wow, what a boring chorus, right? The
Yeah,
truck driver and his mate.
that's it.
I'm surprised they even released that. Really?
Well, that's why I said they started losing me the more we went on.
Yeah. Well, what about Betrayed? Or wait a minute. Hit and Miss.
Hit and miss? Oh, yeah. Really like this slow song way more than the others I've heard from them. Beautiful and smooth. Found myself vibing with this one a lot.
Okay.
You didn't like it?
Again, it's just apathy is my problem.
Oh
Mike
my god.
loves it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
see? You suck.
And I listened to this like 4 or 5 times over the last 2 weeks.
You have? Why?
Yeah. So I can. I
Try
don't
to
listen
like
to
it?
I don't listen to this one much.
Really? I thought it was
Yeah.
very nice.
No, I'm talking about this entire set.
Oh, the entire set? Yeah, I had to refresh myself yesterday because I feel like I listened to it at the start of the week, so I needed to like get a little bit more going.
Right. I mean, like some of their records I could not even listen to and talk you all the way through it in great
Yeah.
detail. This one, I listened to it 5 times and it just didn't stick with me.
Well, to each his own.
Yeah. So where are we at now?
We are at.
How I Learned to Hate Rock and Roll?
I hated this one.
Me too.
I gave it a meh.
It is. Well, and to be fair, you're supposed to judge B-sides on a different scale because they are,
No.
um okay, well, you don't have to. What what did you think of Betrayed?
I thought this. Whoa. I thought this one was an instrumental for so long. It took so long for that little voice to come out. Not very catchy.
Hmm, yeah.
It's not, you know,
Yeah,
it's
again,
not
meh.
finished. What? Yeah. What?
I just feel like I should be saying more about these, but, I mean, I just don't connect with them.
Um,
Maybe we'll do better on the next one. What do you think of Delusions of Grandeur? Before you answer that, everybody mentally prepare yourself. We may just drop off the air.
uh-oh. You're really dying that fast?
I can't see how bad it is, but it looks pretty bad.
What happened?
I've been agitated all day with people. Is this
Uh,
available? Can I this? 50 questions. I started with a charged phone.
yeah, that happens, man. You ready?
Betrayed is strange. Love the vocal. Don't like the music. They didn't match. Yeah, that's valid too.
That's for that last one we talked about.
Betrayed.
Oh, yeah.
And what did you say
All
about
right.
Delusions of Grandeur?
There were some good bits in this one, but it needed to cook more. That chorus is top tier, but the rest is okay.
Yeah. What did you think
So
of The Calm Before the Storm?
very nice slow song, but I wouldn't be adding it to my playlist. Had a good time while I was listening to it, but I don't need to hear it again.
Wow.
Get it?
Okay.
What do you love?
No, I mean, I could almost, I mean, I don't need to hear it again. I don't know about that, but
Sorry.
I don't know. Well, now we're at one that finally will mean something to you. What did you think of The Boy Who Couldn't Keep His Clothes On?
This means something to me.
Obviously.
Okay. I hate these 6-minute songs. Some good noises, but it's gotta be killer for me to pay attention this long. Some good bits, but got very bored.
What would you say is the deal with your generation and attention span?
It needs to be good. That's where I'm at.
That's it?
I wanna listen to a song that's fun the whole time. And if it needs to be cut down, they always tell me when I'm writing that, "Oh, we limit you to 4 pages when you wanna do it in 6 pages because you wanna just narrow it down to the best stuff." You
Mhm.
know?
You're right, Mike.
That's
It
about
is a silly song.
Yep.
Do you think it's TikTok that's doing it? Do you think it's rotting your brain?
I'm not on TikTok anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I got banned and then I deleted it and then I was never
When did that happen? I didn't hear that story.
the day it got banned.
Okay, yeah, when was that? Thank you.
Oh, months ago?
Wow.
I'm fine.
You got banned from TikTok.
No, I didn't get banned. It's just if you delete it, you can't re-download it in America. I think that's changed, but I got so used to not having it that I just decided not to get it again.
Oh, so you broke the addiction.
I wasn't addicted.
Well, that's what people say, but I
I'm
mean,
just
how
on in
before you were whatevered, um, would you say you watch TikTok every day?
probably.
Would you say the minute you were bored with anything, you would flip on TikTok?
No, not just TikTok. I'd go on my phone though. It would be
So,
multiple.
so you've won the a small battle, but not the war. Okay. All right. Well, it's good talking to you. I love that insight for Gen Z.
Oh, you're trying to attack
It's not.
it.
I just want to understand. It's not an attack.
I mean, you go on your phone when you're bored.
Mm. Well, I will tell you. Sometimes I just stare at the wall.
You watch a lot of YouTube, and so do I. That's why I bought premium.
Yeah.
That's about what I do.
Yeah. I watch a lot of niche stuff. I was watching a young girl today. She had accidentally discovered laser discs, and she had a whole pile she was going through. And she actually did a lot of work. She tracked down a guy at a car dealership and asked them about the laser discs they used to get for training employees and stuff like that. I look
Mm-hmm.
at stuff like that and I'm like, boy, we're lazy.
That's back in the day. Oh, I don't know. I'm doing my own thing. You know what
Okay,
I'm
good.
saying?
You should write
Four
that on a
essays.
taco.
4 essays.
So the view from your balcony.
Meh. What can I say? It's an okay slow song. I gave it an average rating.
Yep, I give it a C.
Yeah, that's about an average. Just passing.
What do you think, Mike?
Beat after beat said too much information in the world nobody can keep up. True dat. Boop, 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 boop. Did you
The
die?
the only other thing is disco potential, but for some reason I'm not remembering any of it.
My note section's not very positive.
Okay, go ahead, fire away.
Oh dear God, please cook this. It's raw.
Okay.
It's not all the
Well,
way.
it does say disco potential.
Yeah, they just haven't gotten there yet.
Yep.
Yup.
Well, all right. Let's
Well,
let's do
we're
our rankings before this phone dies. What is the best song on this record?
the best song on this record. Wait, I had it. A Red Letter Day.
Wow. Okay.
Yep,
So
it's
you like
true.
the singles. So I am having the hardest time. There are two here that I can't pick from, but
Pick both.
I'm just gonna have to go pound for pound. It always comes as a surprise. Is the best song on this record. By the way,
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's me not counting the remixes of Panty Narrow and In the Night.
Oh, okay. Because those would be automatic winners.
They would at least be in the discussion. I think It Always
Okay.
Comes as a Surprise would still be the winner. You and Mike are on the same page. He likes Red Letter Day the best also.
Yeah, I really like Red Letter Day.
So what didn't you like?
Oh, there's a lot. Probably that last one. That was probably the worst ranking I gave it.
That's funny because
The
I was just about to say we shouldn't really pick on the B-sides, but yeah, that's fine.
Disco Potential.
Yeah, like
I really didn't.
when we attacked Prototype.
Yeah, so I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
I'm trying to pick a sleeper. Problem is, I like the singles a bunch. So let me see what I got here.
Well, you mind if I say what I
Uh,
didn't like?
yeah, go ahead. I'll be looking at this.
I think the least favorite of mine is Up Against It.
Which one is that?
It's the one that is number 8 on the album proper.
Number
Mike
8.
Mike likes Electricity the least. Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
That's a good call.
I could have picked that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the worst, but I mean, Hmm. The sleeper's kind of hard, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
what's
having.
one you were listening to and you don't want people to skip?
Uh, It's kind of a weird choice, but I kind of liked Metamorphosis. It's weird, and I mean,
Mhm.
I want it again, so that should mean something.
Okay.
I liked
I
it.
am I am going to tell people not to misjudge or quickly judge Discoteca.
Michael says his sleeper is hit and miss.
Mhm. That's a good pick. And that is
Mhm.
definitely deep in the well, the a
Yeah,
true sleeper. But
true
I'm
sleeper.
picking the song that's the lead off track. It would be hard to miss. But
Mhm.
I think there's more going on there, and you really gotta listen, I think. But that's just a personal preference.
Oh, okay. Oh, my phone's dying too. I just got
Yeah,
a notification.
we're not in good shape here, but we are
I know
closing in on the hour, so, well, I'll quickly mention this record. I don't know if you can see it with the TV
a
bouncing
little,
off.
a
Wink.
little.
How's that? Can you see it now? Nope, that made
No,
it
no,
worse.
yeah. Now I'm.
Alright, well, what I am showing is Pet Shop Boys Alternative, which is a 2 CD set, and it is all the B-sides up until this point. I don't know if you can
Ew,
see it there. This was a big deal because if you didn't have all of the singles and stuff, you didn't have these songs.
that sucks.
So it was nice. And they're one of the few bands that I know of that did something like this, who said, you know what? I know B-sides aren't the best, but we're going to go ahead and release a double album. So these cost more,
Yeah,
and
for
they're
more
all the
crap.
stuff you don't like the most.
Great.
Although it looks like it was low effort. I'm not seeing very many pictures in here, and they look like they're from this album, part of that
Yeah.
session for promotion. So
And isn't it
there it
true
is.
we're on tomorrow at 1?
I don't know that.
Why? What's up?
Maybe we will.
Okay, I was told we were, so I don't know.
Yeah, we could. I just now that that separate channel is dead, I guess I don't need to set that up.
Yeah, because I mean, you can post videos, you just wouldn't be able to go live.
All right, Mike, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for staying up late.
Happy Easter, Mike.
Beat. See you later, buddy. He's got to get ready for
Woo!
his show. I don't know if you watched me on his show last week.
I did not. I was out.
I think I was on there 3 hours.
Oh my god. It's a long
Uh
show.
we were both eating weird chips. I tapped out in about 5 minutes.
Oh, you're so lame.
Well, number 1, I can't eat much. Number 2, I don't really eat chips, and number 3, they tasted terrible.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, so I certainly I wasn't up for the challenge. I am not a weird food eater.
You're no fun. I like fun.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Um,
What's up?
I don't know what else I have to say. Should I show my record store day records? You think anybody cares?
Yeah, if you can fit it, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see if the thing turns off. I don't have that
And
many, so
oh ho ho, Panyanero, Pan.
oh.
See,
But, oh, these are actually pretty heavy.
big record. Woo! The lame cover.
Well, it's the Peel sessions, and
Oh,
it's OMD.
oh, she likes that.
But
Ooh.
I don't remember how many copies this was down to, but and then I got two Sizzlers.
Okay, I'm ready. What? What? That's a sizzler.
Double album Into the Gap live.
That's really exciting. I have an Into the Gap album.
This is live.
Mine's original.
Never before released, much less on vinyl.
Ooh,
Listen to these songs. The Gap,
I like that one.
Day After Day,
Love that one.
Judy Doo, I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
Watching the Detectives. Not
Don't know
is that
that one.
no, not Watching the Detectives. That what's that song? We are detective.
I know
We
that
are
one.
select. That's what it is.
I know
Um,
that.
You Take Me Up,
I love that one.
Hold Me Now,
Love that one.
No Peace for the Wicked,
Love that one.
Sister of Mercy.
Love that one.
There goes my phone telling me you're not long for this world. In the name of
Uh-oh.
love. Yeah.
Love that one.
Lies, 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 yeah.
Love that one.
Doctor, doctor.
Love that one.
Then there's one called Kamikaze. I don't know what that is.
I don't know that one.
And then Love on Your Side.
Don't know that one either. They didn't do Passion
You got
Planet?
no. That they only did that when he did the album. Passion Planet was a B-side.
Living on, loving on.
Recorded live at the Del Mar Racetrack, California, USA, September 30th, 1984.
You know what? I got a question.
And there were
How
only
come
1,500 of these made.
how come NSP never records their concerts and releases like a disc or something?
They should.
I know. I've been waiting for it so many years. It's been over 10 years.
Yeah, well, what you need is some guy who's working the soundboard to copy what they heard and then release it on the internet.
That's what I need. Like, come on, man. I'll buy it. I'll give you all my money.
All right, are you ready for the big enchilada?
I'm ready. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that Dance Macabre? It's backwards, so I can't read it. Is that what that is?
This is Dance Macabre in a zoetrope record. So when you watch it, it looks like a kaleidoscope,
Yay! Yeah, it looked like I didn't recognize it until I saw the little skeleton dude.
but it is all the bonus tracks. Remember that set that the record store tried to rip me off and so I never got it?
Yes.
These are the missing pieces that I didn't have all on one record.
Woo!
Plus you get New Moon and Evil Woman.
Yeah, those are the bonus tracks.
Well, no, there was several others. on that big set. Spooky, The Visitor.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I can't read that.
I like the New Moon.
Dialogue of the Dead,
I like my
Masquerade of the Pink Death,
for the new moon on Monday, and then night waves through the night.
The Visitor.
You know that one?
Yeah, I guess so. The new
I
remix. That's my
I've
record
said
store day.
mhm. Very cool.
Hmm. Well, okay, my friend. I guess that's that.
All
I'll see you tomorrow. Instead of talking about Operation Annihilate, we should do what was that one where the guy had the powers? Remember he
oh,
was Kirk's friend and then he became like Q.
I do remember that, yes. You
So do
wanna talk about that one?
you want to talk about that one or Operation Annihilate?
We could do the guy on the powers, it's fresher.
Okay.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
if you need to do a little tune up today.
I probably will.
All right, that's all I have to say. God bless everyone who showed up and we
Ha
will see you tomorrow for the birth of the Star Trek review on Laser Brains that is going to have to be on this. Maybe I'll call this Laser Brains Boutique
there you
Star
go.
Trek, and then we'll do those. Maybe I'll put on my shirt and take a picture. I
Exciting.
I had a great idea for pictures, so
I'm too poor.
first picture will just be me, I guess,
Okay.
and then later we'll add you.
Alright.
All right, my friend. Have a blessed day. I will catch you later.
I'll catch you.
Bye.